Welcome back, everybody, to the Deep Dive. Ready for another deep dive with me?
Always.
Awesome. Today, we're going to be tackling the Hamburg Fire Department.
Mm-hmm.
And get this, they handle over 400,000 calls a year.
Wow.
That's like 1,000 calls every single day.
That's incredible.
I know, it's wild. We've got some exclusive info straight from their presentation at a big industry conference.
Okay.
So buckle up.
Looking forward to it.
All right, so, you don't always think about the sheer volume of emergencies that a city like Hamburg faces every single day.
I mean, not really, no.
No, you don't. So today, let's go beyond the sirens and the flashing lights.
Okay.
Let's uncover what makes this department tick,
Yeah.
what cool stuff they're doing, and who knows, maybe you'll even be inspired to join their ranks.
I'm ready to dive in.
Let's do it. So one of the things that really intrigued me is that, we're not just talking about fighting fires here.
Right.
The Hamburg Fire Department is this multifaceted organization.
Yes.
Handling a whole spectrum of emergencies.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
I was surprised, too. I mean, obviously, they put out fires, right?
Of course, of course.
But they also do technical rescue, emergency medical services, hazmat response.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And even bomb disposal.
Yeah, bomb disposal. They're equipped for just about anything.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Makes you wonder, how do they maintain that level of expertise across such a diverse range of situations?
Right, what's the impact on their training?
Yeah. And then you think about the scale of their operation. Over 3,600 professional staff.
Huge.
Plus over 4,000 volunteers.
Really?
Yeah. So clearly, volunteers are a major part of their success.
Wow, that's a massive volunteer force.
Right. It makes you appreciate the dedication and commitment it takes to be a part of that team.
Absolutely.
Imagine the logistics involved.
Oh, yeah.
So, speaking of seeing things in action, I was fascinated by I don't know if I'm saying this right, the Einsatzübungen.
The Einsatzübung.
Yeah, at the conference.
Okay.
These hands-on training exercises that they showcased.
Cool.
They even had trainees, demonstrating emergency response in real time.
Wow, that's so valuable.
I know.
Moving beyond theory and into practice.
Yeah.
It's not just for the trainees, but for everybody at the conference,
For sure.
It's a window into how they apply the latest guidelines in those really high-pressure moments.
And talk about pressure. I bet those trainees were feeling it with all those experts watching.
Right.
But you know what they say, pressure makes diamonds, right?
Exactly.
So what else stood out to you at the conference?
Well, they unveiled their new ambulance.
Yeah.
It's cutting edge.
Really?
Yeah.
What's so special about it?
Well, it's not just about shiny new features.
Right.
It's really a testament to their dedication to constant improvement.
Okay, I like that.
This ambulance was 2 years in the making.
Wow.
And they incorporated feedback from 20 frontline staff.
Oh, wow.
You can really see how seriously they take user-centered design to optimize that emergency response.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So what kind of features are we talking about? Give us the inside scoop.
Okay, well, for starters, they've got this electrohydraulic stretcher.
What?
Yeah, it's a game changer for patient handling,
I can imagine.
making it easier and safer for both the patient and the EMTs.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense when you think about the physical demands on EMTs,
Yeah.
especially with all those calls they handle, right?
Absolutely.
A well-designed workspace can make a huge difference in preventing injuries and fatigue.
I totally agree.
So, okay, what else? What else is in this super ambulance?
Well, they've also completely redesigned the storage system for better organization and ergonomics. Yeah, every detail has been carefully considered to maximize efficiency and effectiveness.
It sounds like the ambulance of the future.
It really does.
So it's fascinating to me that this focus on innovation isn't limited to equipment, right?
Right.
The department was also actively recruiting at the conference, and it wasn't just about finding firefighters.
Oh.
They were offering apprenticeships
Oh,
and jobs in various support roles, too.
interesting.
They even highlighted their specialist school for paramedics.
Wow.
It seems like they're really investing in the future of their force.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what kind of person thrives in that kind of environment.
Right. What are they looking for?
Yeah. Do you think they're looking for a specific type?
That's a great question. What do you think from what you observed?
Well, I I definitely got the sense that they value a commitment to continuous learning.
Oh, okay.
And a willingness to embrace new technologies. But I also got a strong sense of teamwork and camaraderie.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that speaks volumes about their culture and their values.
Absolutely.
It's not just about individual skills.
Right.
It's about working together effectively
Yeah.
to achieve a common goal.
Totally.
And that sense of purpose, that must be incredibly motivating.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
It's clear that they're building a sustainable force for the future, not just reacting to the challenges of today.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I know, this is really cool stuff, but we're just getting started with this deep dive.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot more to uncover.
Can't wait. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, it really is fascinating to see that, they're not just focused on the present, but they're also thinking about shaping the future of emergency response.
Yeah.
And it makes you think, like, what other innovations are we going to see, in the coming years?
Right. And I think what's really cool is how they're weaving that commitment to the future into their recruitment efforts. Remember how they mentioned apprenticeships and those support roles?
Yeah.
They're not just looking for seasoned firefighters.
Right.
They're cultivating like the next generation of first responders.
It's like they're planting seeds for a whole forest of talent.
That's a good analogy.
Ensuring that their legacy continues.
I like that.
And I think that speaks to a larger point about investing in people.
Yeah.
You can have the most advanced equipment in the world.
Right.
But without skilled and dedicated individuals to operate it, it's all for nothing.
Totally. The human element is key. And that made me wonder, with such a large organization, like how do they maintain that sense of camaraderie and shared purpose?
Yeah.
I'm sure there are challenges in coordinating such a massive operation, right?
That's a great point. While a large force offers advantages, managing logistics and ensuring seamless communication during emergencies is absolutely critical. I imagine they have, really robust systems and protocols in place to address those challenges.
It makes you realize how complex this whole world of firefighting and emergency response really is.
Yeah.
We often take it for granted, but there's so much more to it than meets the eye.
Absolutely.
And this deep dive has been eye-opening, to say the least.
For sure.
What about you? What's been the biggest takeaway for you so far?
I think for me, it's their commitment to continuous learning and improvement.
Okay.
They're not resting on their laurels.
Right.
They're constantly seeking ways to enhance their skills and knowledge to better serve their community.
I agree, and I think their investment in the next generation of firefighters is really encouraging.
Yeah.
It shows they're thinking long-term, building a sustainable force for the future.
Right.
I mean, it's interesting to imagine how the technology and the training will evolve in the next decade.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Their dedication to training and mentorship ensures that their legacy of excellence will continue for generations to come.
For sure.
What really stood out to you from the conference presentation itself?
Beyond the technology and the training, what really struck me was their emphasis on the human element.
Okay.
Yes, they have cutting edge equipment, but it's the people on the front lines who make the real difference.
Right.
That ability to remain calm under pressure, to make those split-second decisions, that's what defines a great first responder.
It's a powerful reminder that technology can enhance their capabilities, but it's the human connection.
Yeah.
The ability to make those critical decisions in the heat of the moment. That truly defines a great first responder.
Totally.
And to do that, they need more than just skills.
Right.
They need courage.
Yeah.
And compassion.
It makes you realize that being a firefighter, it's more than just a job.
It is.
It's a calling.
Yeah.
And it's a calling that demands a deep sense of purpose and a willingness to put the needs of others before your own.
They are the embodiment of selflessness.
Yeah.
Facing danger head on to protect their community. And their presentation really brought that home for me.
Me too. I have so much respect for the men and women who dedicate their lives to this profession.
It's incredible.
They are true heroes.
They are indeed.
And they deserve our unwavering support and gratitude.
Absolutely.
So I'm curious, after learning all of this, what's your biggest takeaway for our listener today?
Well, I think we've done a pretty good job of unpacking the Hamburg Fire Department's presentation. But the truth is there are incredible fire departments and emergency responders all over the world working tirelessly to keep us safe.
Yeah.
So to our listener, the next time you see a firefighter or an EMT, take a moment to thank them for their service.
That's a great point.
They truly are everyday heroes.
Couldn't agree more.
And it doesn't take a uniform to be a hero.
Right.
Small acts of kindness and compassion can make a world of difference in our own communities.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's true. Even small gestures can have a ripple effect.
Yeah.
And that brings me back to something you said earlier about that feeling of camaraderie within the Hamburg Fire Department, despite its size.
Right.
How do you think they foster that?
Well, I think it's probably a combination of factors.
Okay.
Their rigorous training, shared experiences in those high-pressure situations, and a deep-rooted culture of respect and support.
It makes you wonder if there are lessons to be learned from their approach that could be applied to other organizations, even outside of emergency response.
Yeah, absolutely.
Building that kind of cohesion and trust is invaluable. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's something that we can all aspire to in our own workplaces and communities.
Totally.
But, returning to the Hamburg Fire Department, I have to say this. This deep dive has really opened my eyes to the complexity and importance of their work.
For sure.
It's so much more than just putting out fires.
Right. We've only scratched the surface today, but we've learned so much.
Yeah, it's been fascinating.
From their commitment to training and innovation, to their investment in the next generation.
Yeah.
They're clearly setting a high bar.
They are
for emergency response.
I'm curious. Is there anything else from their presentation that really stuck with you?
You know what I keep coming back to is that blend of cutting edge technology and the very human element of compassion and courage.
Right.
They seem to have found a way to weave those two together seamlessly.
It's a powerful reminder that technology is a tool. But it's the people who wield it that make all the difference.
Totally.
And in the case of the Hamburg Fire Department, they wield it with incredible skill and dedication.
Well said.
Thank you.
To our listener, if you're interested in learning more, we encourage you to check out the Hamburg Fire Department's website. They have a ton of information about their services, their training programs, and their community engagement.
Who knows? You might even be inspired to join their ranks.
Yeah.
Or find ways to support your local fire department.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive.
Okay.
It's been an enlightening journey.
It has.
And I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
Me too. It's always inspiring to learn about organizations like this.
Yeah.
Who are so dedicated to serving their communities.
Absolutely. So until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and keep diving deep into the world around you.
And remember, the world is full of everyday heroes working tirelessly to keep us safe.
Couldn't agree more.
Let's appreciate them, support them, and find ways to be heroes in our own right.
Well said. Thanks for joining me on another deep dive.
Always a pleasure.
All right, take care.
You too.